Testing levels. Hello, I'm testing audio levels. Yeah. All right, recording. Cool. Audio through here, so I hope that this is better because the windows are down. I'm not driving this car without windows because it doesn't have AC and it's decently hot today. It's about upper 70s, closer to 80, and I'm a very hot-blooded person. But today is kind of a sad thing because we are making the last video with the 240. Over the last year, I bought this thing in November of last year, and I'm beginning to realize that I'm buying a car in November and then selling it and buying another car by the next November. Because I bought the van in November, sold it in November, bought this in November, gonna sell this in October, and then buying another car, which you'll see in November. Why am I selling my 240? I had a lot of plans with this car. I really wanted into the S chassis world, and I really wanted an S13 coupe. And I could not have asked for a better car to get into. A car that was set up, ready to go, ready to drift and do exactly what I wanted to. It was a slick top. It didn't have any rust on it. It was a good platform for me to make my own, while also it already had a bunch of other cosmetic and performance mods done to it. This is such a good platform. But over the last year, if you haven't noticed, the used car market has gone insane. The used car market is insane right now. I bought this car, I'm not gonna tell you the price, but I bought this car a year ago, and I have a guy coming to look at it tomorrow. I don't wanna go ahead and jinx it and say that he's gonna buy it, because he might not. But if he does, I will be making almost $6,000 off of this car, because the market for S chassis has went through the fucking roof. So that's one of the reasons I wanted out of this car. This car used to be one of those things that you could get into for a couple $1,000s, had a huge aftermarket support, a bunch of people had them, a bunch of people drifted them. They were just like the cheaper car to modify. And now that is not the case. Parts are so hard to find for this car. It's hard to fix if I do break it because they're becoming more rare, and they're becoming so expensive. Like the front end that I just put on this car, if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that. The parts have gotten so expensive. Like I said, if you haven't seen my Sylvia front end conversion, go watch that. But yeah, I even joke about it in those videos. The headlights, bricks, Sylvia headlights that came on this car in Japan are so expensive. Like the double and triple projectors, which aren't like the sought after ones, are still upwards of almost $1,000 for a set. The bricks, which were the OEM option that everybody wants, I've seen sets with like the Sylvia grill in them go for $3,000, which is stupid. The Sylvia hood that I have, because it's OEM, it's metal, it's a good hood, it would go for $1,000, easy. But that's just the beginning. If you haven't seen me where I wrecked this car and I threw it off into the ditch, I busted the back glass out of it. I don't know if the back glass wasn't sealed properly or if it was just the way that I hit that curb. It's a really weird thing that happened, that it busted the back glass, but it still did, and I knew I was gonna have to fix it. But finding the back glass for this car took months. It took so long, and I got so lucky because a guy in northern Kentucky actually was parting the car out, and he told me I could come rip that back glass off if I really wanted it. paid $100 to do it, or paid $100 for the glass, and I had to go rip it out myself because I contacted places to come do it because I was scared I would break it, and they told me no, they wouldn't even touch the car. The original plan that I did have with my automotive life was that I was going to use my van. I had a 7.3 Power Stroke van that I was going to build out into a camper conversion while also using it to tow cars to events. But then I realized that the GTO that I have, if you haven't watched any videos on that, go check those out. But those videos don't do good. They don't do really, really good on my YouTube channel. So I thought I need a car that gets a lot more attention. And so then I came up with the 240. Oh God. Why the fuck did I come this road? Especially that in that blind corner. Any car guy knows. Woo-hoo-hoo, this road's so scary. So since I sold the van, I didn't have a car or a vehicle to tow this to the track with. So in theory, since I'm in the middle of Kentucky and drifting is not a popular thing around here, I realized that I was gonna have to drive this car to events. So I've come to the conclusion that I want a more reliable car if I'm gonna go drift it, because I have heard absolute nightmare horror stories of guys with SR problems. If anybody watches Aaron from Lone Star Drift, you would know that he advises anyone to not get an SR car. And this car has been reliable for me. It has, but with the horror stories of it and all this bad things that have happened over the last year, I realized that if anything did bad happen to this motor, it's ordering parts from Japan that will take weeks upon weeks, maybe even months to get here. And then it's like, what if they send you the wrong part? And then I started thinking like, okay, so if I got a 350Z, just potentially, or if I got an E46, or if I got an LS car of some sort, if I got a Camaro or a Corvette or something to drift, those cars are so plentiful in the United States that if anything went wrong with them, I would just have to go to AutoZone and it's pretty much guaranteed they're gonna have it in stock. Or if they don't have it in stock, it'll take like 2 or 3 days to get there, you know? It's just so much easier. This car's so fun. And it's treated me good. I have anxiety about it. I have anxiety about taking it long distances, beating the shit out of it, which was the intended purpose of this car, and then driving it home. If I wanted another show car, this would have been the perfect contender. But I don't want that. I want a car that I can really learn how to drive. And then I made one mistake when I threw it off into the ditch and I broke the back glass, and I realized how hard it was to fix this car if anything actually did go wrong. I'm gonna make money off of it. I'm gonna get out from underneath the anxiety that I have about this car breaking. I'm gonna get a more reliable car, or a car that would be easier and cheaper to fix and work on. And I'm gonna get something that's better for the channel, something that's better for myself mentally, and something that I want more personally. I like this car a lot, and I had a lot of good plans with it. I really wanted to change the entire body kit up, which I did start with the front with the Origin Lab fenders. I really wanted to put rear Origin Lab, and then I still have the Racing Line front bumper. I never got to put that on. I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it with the car. And then honestly, I really wanted to 1JZ swap this car. But that just became unrealistic because the car market is insane right now, and a 1J swap would easily put me back 10 grand. So maybe in the future, it's a dream build that I would love to make happen, but right now, it's just not a realistic option. I hope you guys have enjoyed the content on this car. I really did enjoy making it, and I'm glad I got this car off my chest, because I'm the type of person that once I get something in my head, I can't let it go until I actually have that experience. And I know that if I would have never got this car, I'd still be itching for one today. But I did, I got it, I experienced it. I haven't really grown a sentimental attachment to it. It's just a fun car to drive. I don't have an attachment to it like I have my GTO, where I bought that car wrecked and rebuilt it and I dailied it for 5+ years. I couldn't get rid of that car. But this car, I don't really have that much of an attachment to, so if I can make some money off of it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna flip it. and I'm gonna bring something better to the channel and better for me. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's the last drive in the 240. Please come back and see the next car that I'm gonna get. I'm looking at one that's a potential partner right there. That's ironic. But please come back. If you haven't already, go back and watch some of my other videos. I would really hope that you would enjoy them. I'm just gonna drive this car the rest of the way home and enjoy it for what it is. And then I gotta go test drive it tomorrow with the guy. I'll drive him around in it just to show him like the little quirks, and then let him drive it, and hopefully he decides to take it. If he doesn't, I have a couple other guys that are waiting in line. But this will be the last video that I make with the 240. So I hope you've enjoyed the content with it. Please get ready and come back and watch for the new content and the new car that I have coming to the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Please like the video. It really helps me a lot because it actually tells YouTube that people are engaging with my channel, and it'll push the videos to other people. Or if you comment on my videos, just something simple, it's just engagement. It helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate it. I could literally play with the turbo on this car all day long. I'm gonna miss having a turbo car. I really will. Especially because just now we're getting into boost season, where it just feels so good to go drive. The motor is so happy. But off to bigger and better things. Thanks for watching, guys.